Hey guys, welcome to the first video for Graphic Sauce Media. My name is Joe Dotson. I'm going to be the filmmaker for this channel. This is going to be kind of like a building a business type of channel. I'm going to document my work as well as kind of keep you guys updated with like vlogs like this that kind of go over equipment. This particular video is going to show you all the equipment that I'm starting out with brand new, out of the pocket, no funding whatsoever. So we're going to start with the very basics of videography and see what we can do there. Now I'm shooting in my wife's studio for Amanda D Photography. You can head over to her website, amandadphotography.com. If you need any type of photography work done, whether that's weddings, senior pictures, birth pictures, whatever it is, you name it, she will provide that service to you, and she does an excellent job here. So let's go ahead and get into the video and see what we have. So where we're starting at, and like I said, this is a budget-friendly setup. This is starting out from the ground up. So I had a couple different choices when it comes to cameras. The majority of people are saying go with DSLR, DSLR this, DSLR that. But at the end of the day, I decided to go with a handy cam. This is a Canon Vixia HF R800. This is your traditional pop-out screen, very limited as far as features are concerned, no lighting, effects on it whatsoever. The customization as far as the image though, there is some, there's white balancing. You can, focus in on particular things. The focal points on this is really strong. It's got a 32 optical zoom, which is great. Battery life is actually pretty good. What we actually went with this camera is we actually purchased a few extra batteries to fix one of our other issues, to come up with another solution, which is the charging portion of this camera, which is you have to charge the battery that it comes with the camera plugged in. So when it comes to shooting weddings and needing that, that free roam type of thing, you can't get it out of the box when it comes to this. So with the extra batteries, we made sure to purchase a extra charging cable or charging box that comes with it. So this will charge not only the ones that it came with, the two extras, but it'll also charge the one that came with the camera itself. So that way we can continuously have a charged camera so we can shoot whenever we need to shoot. So that's there. We'll have links to everything in the description below as far as where to purchase it and what was purchased. So moving on from the actual camera itself, we're going to look at our audio solution. We've got two different audio solutions. Let's start with the digital recorders here. So I couldn't really decide on which ones I wanted to go with. So I purchased one of each, one for the brand name and one for the usability. Olympus was the usability one. This was a small form factor. That's why I went with it. It's got an audio in and audio out. So you could use this next to a digital solution or audio solutions as far as like a soundboard for like receptions and things like that. But really what this was purchased for was to add a lav mic for the groom, for the officiant. You plug that into the audio in, and then you either stick it in their pocket or in their vest pocket, so it's out of sight, out of mind. And it's just a great little piece of equipment. Runs on 2 AAA batteries, has internal memory. It can record up to 1,000 minutes of some sort, so being able to pull that off via USB is a great thing. The only downfall to this piece of equipment is there's no external memory option. So I could see that being an issue and being upgradable in the future, but for the price, this was a great option to go with and highly recommended for the small form factor. Now, as far as an audio digital recorder, as far as name brand is concerned, Zoom is a well-known brand name, and I wanted to get to try their audio out with with one of these digital hand recorders. This is the Zoom H1 handy recorder. Has a lot of the same inputs and a lot of the same features of the Olympus, but one of the things that Zoom is well known for is their dual mic input on the actual recorder itself. So I picked up one of these thinking that this would be a great place, like maybe they're at maybe the reception is being held where there is no microphone or there is no audio solution for them. They're just standing up talking to a crowd of maybe 10 or 15 people. This you can just simply set right on the table in front of them and it'll pick up the audio there. Then you can remove the background noise in post-production. So the other thing that this has a strong capability of all of the options on the backdrop. It's got the play options and everything, and the rewind and input and all that stuff. Leveling on this side. And then this one does have the micro SD slot in here, so it does have the expandable memory that the Olympus does not. So at the end of the day, this one I believe is probably going to be used when we have a soundboard to plug into. This doesn't have any XLR ports, it just has the 3.5 millimeter, so we've got to have some type of solution there, whether it's 3.5 to XLR or to the RCA ports for depending on the actual soundboard itself. So a couple different options there, but at the end of the day, I think I picked the right two to go with. The Olympus I can see being upgraded because of the lack of the SD slot, but we'll go from there. Like I said, budget friendly. So moving on, so that is our audio, handheld audio. For both microphones, we have a couple lav mics, the one that I'm using, as well as this one from, I believe it's pronounced Mano. 2 lav mics. The nice thing about these is they got 2 different options, so you can use this with your smartphone or you can use this with a digital recorder. There is onboard battery with a watch battery in there, so it gives you that option for power to the mic itself. So there's a lot of usability cases there. As far as on top of the camera goes, since we don't want to use the onboard microphones here because that's just a really, really bad idea, we have a shotgun mic. This is from Takstar, and this is our budget-friendly shotgun mic. It's got a couple different options on the face here. It runs off of a single AA battery right there. And it just has a shoe mount right here that you just plug into the top of your camera if there is one, or we'll talk about our hand mount right here. And then it just simply plugs into your audio in port on your camera. So just pretty straightforward, pretty easy going. Cancels out the sound behind the microphone, muffles or limits the sound to the sides of it, but really picks up on what's in front of it. So you're looking to use this for more like interviews, or if you're looking for like letter readings or something like that when it comes to your weddings and stuff. So pretty easy going as far as the pocketbook's concerned. There are more expensive, more feature-friendly options of this, but again, I'm going to say it again, going with that budget-friendly, this was an excellent option. The reviews on this were stellar. So going back to the visuals real quick, I mentioned that this had a 32x zoom, optical zoom, which is great. It's a good solid zoom. You can get pretty far with it. That way you're not in any of the shots, especially when you have a photographer shooting. You don't want to be anywhere near what your photographer is, in the frame. So what I did was I went ahead and purchased 2 of Vivitar's lenses that work with this camera. We've got a macro lens, so a fisheye lens, which is going to kind of give us a little bit wider shot, not too much, but a little bit wider. And then we also have more of a telephoto lens, which gives you an extra 2.2 zoom on top of the 32. So it gives you a little, kind of shoots you just a little bit further, gives you a little bit extra oomph when it comes to your distance is concerned. The downfall to that telephoto lens is when you have it screwed on here and you've got this camera zoomed all the way back out, you can see the edge of this actual this lens right here. So you can't zoom all the way out with this camera and that lens at the same time without getting kind of like the circle effect, the tunnel effect, if you will. So at the end of the day, you don't put a telescope lens on a camera to zoom all the way out. But to have that option to quickly take it off is nothing. So there is that. Our lighting solution, we decided to go with this right here. There's a whole bunch of these different kinds. This is the G Lumen LED continuous light panel. So there's a couple great features about this. First off, it's got a battery indicator, which is on constantly, so you don't have to be worrying about like, oh my God, what's the battery like? And go over and check it. You can literally just see it it's got four LED lights, so it'll constantly be reminding you how low the battery is getting. It's got a mount right here for the included elbow bracket, which is great. Then on the bottom of the elbow bracket has a shoe mount, which is fantastic for adding to your camera. But the nice thing about this is the options that comes available with it. And that since it has this, this thread on the bottom, this metal thread on the bottom, you can use it on a tripod. And one of the best things that I've learned from this camera, or not from the camera, excuse me, from this light is as a videographer, I can set this up in the room and the photographer can use it to their advantage. So like the last wedding that my wife was at, the videographer had this exact same model and he had it up on a T-stand all the way in the back behind the dance floor. And Amanda was able to get some really cool silhouette shots with this in the background and her subjects in the foreground. So the usability for this product is fantastic. Highly, highly recommend it. It does come with 2 batteries, which is great. Keep an eye out for that because on Amazon, there are some that only come with 1 battery and that's it. It comes with a single charger, which is fine with me. So you charge both of them up, use one. When it's done, plug the other one in, use the other one, which brings me to the only flaw with this product. There is no DCI port on this thing whatsoever. You have a ton of different options as far as lighting goes. You have like your daylight, you have like a kind of like a dusk, like a more of a yellow tone, and everything in between those 2 colors. And then you have more of like a dimmer, so you can make it as bright or as dim as you want it. So those are really the 2, like the main features of it. But not having that DCI port is really kind of a downfall. Because relying on the batteries is great, but if you've got a wall plug anywhere near you, everyone knows that's the best case scenario, right? Because you don't need to rely on the battery. What happens if your battery runs out and you still need some shots, right? So that is the one downfall to this. Purchasing batteries, there's additional batteries to purchase for this thing. So we went with just the 2-pack. We'll kind of see how that plays out for us if we need additional batteries or just purchase another light. So we'll see. So that's our lighting solution. We got our audio done. As far as storage is concerned, we picked up a couple of these 64 SanDisk memory cards. These are really easy to use. Just make sure you get the level 10 ones. That way you don't have to worry about any corruption files and things like that. I mean, you still have to worry about that, but it's less likely as far as recording at 1080p. Let's see here. So the next thing let's talk about is the hand mount solution. So there's quite a few different options for these hand mounts. I wanted to go with something that was upgrade friendly. So this is a little bit larger than what was necessary for a camera of this size. You'll notice there's a lot of extra space above and behind it. And the reason why I did that was the price difference between them isn't really that much. And I can use this with a DSLR if I decide to upgrade from the Canon, or if I would decide to go with like a more traditional digital video camera, that will fit in here as well. So that was really kind of what I was looking for. The other thing that you want to make sure that you're cautious of is on the bottom half of this, making sure that the mounting bracket for your camera also has a thread in there as well, so that you can attach it to a monopod or a tripod without having to take the camera off of the shoe or the grip itself. That's a huge benefit to any photographer or videographer. So the other thing that this has is it's got 3 shoe mounts here for attachments. So you got like our Trackstar mic. You can stick that right on top there. Boom, it's on. You tighten it down, and then you just plug in your audio into your camera right there. It's also got 2 on the sides. So for our lighting solution, we can put in here, and then you've got your usability for your light to be on top of your camera as well, just like so. So this particular hand mount has 3 shoes on top. Very stable, very comfortable to use. Lots of upgradability as far as the size is concerned, and that's, like I said, that's really what I was going for. So that's that solution. Next up, kind of going on the same road is our monopod. This is the Ying Tang monopod. The nice thing about this, and one of the reasons why I purchased this one over the other budget-friendly monopods, is it actually has 3 locking feet at the base of it, which is great because it actually can hold the weight of all this equipment on top of it and still stand upright. Not that I would leave it running like that because it's not nearly as stable as a tripod, but just having that ability to kind of just set it and just be like, you've also got some extra features here. It's tilt and swivel, which is pretty standard. Then the other cool thing about this is it's got a nice little guide around it, around the edge, so you can kind of base your like pan speed around those instead of the actual image itself. And it's it's got your removable top piece, which is great. So you can put this on. If you'd like to put it on your hand mount ahead of time, and then that way you're ready to go when you need to go back to your monopod. You literally can just take your hand mount and just slide this like right back on top, and you're good to go, just like that. So that is our monopod. The other cool thing about this, before I let that go, is the locking mechanisms on this are fantastic. Like, you can't get this undone. You have to open up the locking mechanism with these little pegs here to get that undone. So that is a great feature that I enjoy. Is just a little more security for all this equipment. Yeah, this is very budget friendly, but I want to make sure that it's kept in good condition. The last thing on the list here is our backpack. This is an Amazon basic backpack. I believe it's $29.99. It's got a couple different pockets on the front here. Some netting pockets. You can open it up, and it's pretty much just your standard case. It's got a couple different Velcro inserts that you can customize to any liking that you want. It's got two more pockets right here, see-through pockets there, and that's it. At the end of the day, this is probably the first piece of equipment that I will upgrade. It does, provide a lot of usability. It's got side straps here for your monopod or tripod, if you will. Holds that in place. The reason why I would probably upgrade this first is because it's lacking in a couple different features that I really wasn't looking for when I was purchasing the bag. For instance, there is really no good place to put memory cards in this thing. There's no smaller pockets. There's no elastic straps to kind of slide them in for. So when transporting memory cards, you're going to have to use like a plastic case of some sort and put them in one of the zipper pockets to keep them from getting damaged. The other downfall for a person like me is the straps on the back. These are too small for a person of my size. So if you're 6 foot or higher, these are going to be way too small for you. This is probably going to be your shoulder right here, and you're not. This is just. It looks like you're carrying around a little kid's backpack, to be honest with you. So upgrading ideas in the future is going to definitely be along these lines. So this will probably either be going back to Amazon or we'll probably sell it online or whatever, get a couple bucks for it, and then upgrade to the 39 or 49 backpack with some of those extra features that we're looking for. All right, guys. Well, that is our budget setup for starting this business off. Like I said, we're just looking to get started. I want to hear from you guys. Did we make the right choice, or would you spent the extra money and went with the DSLR? Here, Canon's got a really good DSLR camera in the Rebel series. There's some older cameras that you can pick up on budget, but did we make the wrong decision? Should we have gone with the DSLR, or was this a good budget-friendly camera to go with? And I also kind of want to hear about your guys' thoughts on our audio solutions as far as the Zoom and the Olympus digital recorders. I'm kind of curious to hear about that. I'm kind of leaning towards the Olympus only because of the form factor, but having the usability for the extra audio on top, as well as the input and output capabilities from the Zoom. I'm really kind of looking forward to that. I want to hear from you guys. What do you thought? What are your thoughts about our setup? And we'll go from there. I'm looking forward to recording more videos like this, more vlogs, to kind of show you what kind of pieces we upgraded with and what kind of the reasons why we upgraded them, give you some examples. So we'll go ahead and end the video there. Thanks for watching. Make sure you get subscribed, check out the channel a little bit, head over to the website, graphicsauce.com. Thank you for your support and have a great day. We'll see you guys in the next video.